that you are better than the rest of the crew. Do you feel that way?
She gets away with more than what other people would get away with.
Everybody feels that way about you, Kate.
Okay, great. Go find another chief stew. I quit.
Cool.
That woman walking away from the boat? For 6 seasons, she was the most powerful person on Below Deck who wasn't wearing a captain's uniform. Kate Chastain didn't just survive this show. She was this show. Guests feared her. Stews worshipped her. Captain Lee called her the best chief stew he ever had. So, how does the untouchable Queen of Bravo go from that to walking off her own yacht in the middle of the night, to quitting the franchise entirely, to, and this is the part nobody talks about, not even speaking to Captain Lee anymore? This is the downfall of Kate Chastain, and it didn't start where you think it did.
We'll throw some lima beans in a water bottle. That's a maraca. We'll put Ashton in some palm fronds because he's got a good body, and we'll hope for the best. And a bendy straw. I swear, only terrorists and assholes order mojitos.
But leave it in the sun, it'll completely
I can
bleach
keep
out.
my composure on anyone. That's my job. Normally, I would not be super enthused to be throwing a party for a charter guest that was so rude, but because this party's all about shoving dicks in her face, I'm into it. I am that cocky. I've had some pretty crazy guest requests. Prostitutes, flying an eggplant to remote islands. A cat is no big deal.
Rewind to 2014, Season 2. A new chief stew boards the boat, and within one charter, the entire tone of Below Deck changes. Kate wasn't loud. She didn't scream. Her weapon was colder than that. A raised eyebrow, a perfectly timed confessional, a towel folded into something that definitely wasn't a palm tree. And then there was the duvet. A demanding male charter guest crossed her, and Kate folded his bed into a shape she swore, under oath, basically, was a rocket ship. Nobody believed her. Nobody needed to. It became the single most iconic act of passive aggression in reality TV history. That was Kate's genius. She could commit a crime on camera and make you feel crazy for noticing. Season after season, she outlasted every chef, every bosun, every difficult stew. By season 7, only one person had been on the boat longer than her, Captain Lee himself. They were the franchise. The father-daughter duo Bravo built an empire on, which is exactly why what happened next broke the show, because the thing that made Kate untouchable was the same thing that was quietly making her enemies.
I'm a sociologist by hobby. That's aggressive. Might mean you're gay, and I have theories on why. What else do we have? Do not post your baby sonogram on any social media because it's creepy. I'm just scrolling. There's the inside of your uterus. I'm not prepared for that. Never trust a person who backs into a parking spot because they're either, one, trying to show off their parking skills while we all wait. It's like, oh no, hold on, I'm gonna reverse in. And we're like, two, what, you gotta make a fast getaway? You stealing something? Like, I like to back in so I can make a quick exit. The only people who need a quick exit are like bank robbers. Do better.
Here's what people forget about Kate's era. For every fan who loved the sarcasm, there was a crew member on the receiving end of it. Rocky Dakota in Season 3, a feud so intense, Rocky literally dove off the boat and swam away. Jen Howell in Season 5, reduced to ranting about Kate on the crew deck. Chef Leon, Chef Kevin. The list of galley wars got longer every year, and Kate never lost. That's the important part. Every season, the conflict resolved the same way. The other person left, got fired, or got humiliated, and Kate stayed. 6 seasons of total victory. But Season 7 was different. For the first time, Kate wasn't fighting one person. She was fighting the whole boat. Her second stew, Simone, felt sidelined and said so. Chef Kevin fought her over service, over the galley, over everything, including a certain cake decorated with a word we can't say on YouTube, which Kate sent out to the dinner table anyway, sparklers lit, in front of a horrified Captain Lee. The clever queen was still landing punches. But watch those episodes back now and you can see it. She's exhausted, isolated, and on one van ride home from a crew night out, 6 seasons of control finally snap.
Tanner. Oh, Tanner.
What's going on with your mom?
Really?
And it became this big issue because, like, he doesn't like his family involved.
Tanner's mom says, how's your mom?
If you think you are such a better person for calling my mother out.
Oi, calm down, bro, calm down. Jesus!
December 2019, the crew piles into a van after a night of drinking. An argument between Kate and bosun Ashton Pinar spirals, and Ashton starts punching the window of the van right next to her. Back on the boat, it keeps going until Ashton screams that everybody on the boat feels the same way about her, and Kate, the woman who never ever blinked, quits. On the spot, she packs a bag, walks off the Valor into the night, and for the first time in franchise history, Below Deck has no chief stew. She came back the next morning, She said she'd never abandon Captain Lee mid-season, but something had permanently changed. Kate later said on Twitter that Ashton's behavior scared her, that when someone turns violent, you remove yourself, because it will happen again. And what stung more, she said, was feeling like nobody around her acknowledged it. The fans saw a walk-off. Kate had already seen the exit.
What can you tell me about? What is that about? What leads you to that moment?
I was just frustrated, and it was close quarters, and it was towards the end of the season, and in that moment, it was just kind of like one of those, F you, you're cool, I'm out.
Where did you go?
I went off into the Thailand night.
Hopefully to be seen again.
Here I am, I made it out okay.
You made it here. I don't know if you make it back on the boat.
It's been a long journey back. Yeah, so.
I've moved to New York. Maybe time for a land life?
Well, kind of yes and kind of no. I'm very lucky that I've worked with Captain Lee for 6 years now, where I like the freelance life. Like, if he gives me a call and says, come make some money, great. It's not permanent.
What was Captain Lee's reaction to you heading off into the
Well, he didn't know.
Okay.
So he woke up to quite a surprise. I think he was very surprised when he called for his morning coffee and it wasn't arriving.
February 17th, 2020. The night part 2 of the Season 7 reunion airs. Kate posts a statement on Instagram, written as a parody of Harry and Meghan's royal exit, announcing she's stepping back from the Below Deck family to pursue a land-based role, while continuing to support His Majesty Andy Cohen. Even her resignation was a joke. Classic Kate. But underneath the bit, it was real. After 6 seasons, the longest-serving chief stew in Below Deck history was done. On Watch What Happens Live that summer, she was blunt about it. The crew environment had turned toxic and misogynistic, and honestly, she joked, she was pushing 38 and done wearing a skirt for a living. Captain Lee said the call blindsided him completely. He never saw it coming. And here's the tragic irony. The 2 people who built this show would both be gone within 3 years. But their stories were about to split in a way nobody predicted. First, life after the boat looked like a glow-up. A Sirius XM radio show, Bravo's Chat Room, where Kate wasn't just a host, she was an executive producer. Then The Traitors, where I'm just here to mess things up. Kate became a meme all over again, right up until the faithfuls banished her in episode 10. But look closer at the pattern. Chat Room, gone. The radio show, quiet. Traitors, banished in season 1, brought back mid-season in season 2, gone again. Couch Talk with Captain Lee and Kate, 1 season, then canceled. Every project burned bright and short. The main character era was over, and Kate slid from Bravo's centerpiece to Bravo's commentator, reacting to the show she used to be. Then came the quietest headline of all. In 2025, Kate admitted to Us Weekly that she and Captain Lee don't really talk anymore. She'd moved away from Fort Lauderdale, they didn't work together, and the closest relationship in Below Deck history had simply faded out. No feud, no blow-up, just distance. Somehow, that's sadder. But here's the question this whole story comes down to. Is this actually a downfall, or the greatest exit strategy in Bravo history? Kate left before the show could turn on her, became a mom in 2023, and got to keep the legend intact. Fired stars don't get statues. Kate got to build her own. The person who didn't get to write their own ending, Captain Lee, pushed out of his own boat, replaced mid-season, and left fighting Bravo on the way out. That downfall is next, and it's far uglier than this one. It's on your screen right now.